Too small. Hey, too small for me. It's Tuesday, people. That's right. And we're ticking down and just inching closer to the Breaking Dawn Christmas party. Got to say good morning to everybody locked on across the Caribbean, those of you internationally. Sanel Dempster Island. Big tune. Your coconut too small. Hey. All right, so I tell you what. We're going to get straight into it. We got a lot to talk about this morning. We have Seth Wyola board coming up in the second hour. He's going to talk about autism. All right, so make sure and keep it locked for that. The Stefan Run 5K. Next year, we will give to the Autistic Society of Trinidad and Tobago. Again, that is going to be a charity we're going to work with, but we're going to work with them and we're going to give the proceeds to them. This year, I split it between two different charities, a children's home and the Autistic Society, but we'll do the Autistic Society again next year. I think it's really a thing that you need to raise awareness on things, especially autism, and other things too. But we will do autism again next year. All right? Okay. In the meantime, we got to get down to business. And unfortunately, the first thing that we have to deal with on the front page of the paper this morning as we're getting started is the counselor, that UNC counselor, Ramona Victor, who she and her husband were found dead. There was sketchy details yesterday, so I didn't mention it yesterday because we weren't sure what was going on. And now in the paper this morning, we are seeing that it was a murder-suicide that occurred. And counselor's dad on murder-suicide says, I feared for Ramona's life. And top U.S. military brass meets with Kamala today. So Francis Victor said that behind the generosity, bright smile, willingness, and commitment shown by his daughter, UNC counselor Ramona Victor, to her burgesses in Siparia and San Francisco, her private life was complicated and oftentimes violent. So much so that Francis said he had feared for his daughter's safety and even her life and had repeatedly warned her to be careful of her common-law husband of 16 years, Rodney Ramsumir. On Sunday, a father's worst fear came to pass when Victor found the bodies of his daughter and her husband inside their Siparia home. And police said their investigation point to this being a murder-suicide with Ramsumir killing Victor and then ending his own life. Police said based on the appearance of both bodies, it appeared that Victor had been dead long before Ramsumir, as her body, which was found on a bed under a blanket, had already begun to decompose, and Ramsumir's body was found nearby in the same room, and they both live in Quinam Road, Kura Road, Siparia. Victor was last seen alive around midday on Friday. These are some of the it's an unfortunate incident, but unfortunately, it's also one of those things that happens in the life of somebody on a daily basis that you never know is happening, right? There are a lot of people out here that walk around with a lot of problems, all right? They're going through a lot. And then they stay silent, they keep it to themselves, and they hope that things work out on its own. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't work out at all, right? And then you hear of news like this, and it shocks a community. It might shock the nation, for that part. Will shock the parents, but in this case, the father is saying that he also had this fear that his daughter's safety was at risk, and it's unfortunate. And we could look at this from 25 different angles, but unless you're in the situation, you really don't know what, the person was going through. I don't know. I mean, I've seen this 1,000 times, things like this in the paper. Couples, murder, suicide. And then, you always have a family member coming out and say, I always feared. And, sometimes you ask yourself, well, if you almost feared, what did you do? And, that's the question that we could all ask. But like I said, when you're in the situation, I guess sometimes you don't know what to do. I don't know. Too many times it's happened that way. I know what I would do, but that's me. I might think different and be different to other persons, so not everybody's the same. But it's an unfortunate incident. All right? And as we move on this morning to page 4, charged for impersonating a doctor, a 39-year-old man of Bonaire North, Darbody, appeared before an Arima magistrate on November the 20th, charged with 3 offenses under the Medical Board Act 2950. Timothy Malchan, age 39, was charged with using medical titles and descriptions whilst not registered, and assuming the title of doctor whilst not registered, and diagnosing human ailments whilst not registered. That's on page 4. Page 5, the Prime Minister has confirmed that Chairman of the United States Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Kane, will visit Trinidad today and meet with her at the Diplomatic Center in Port-of-Spain. 13 of 15 TPP candidates picked, but no THA election date yet. Father of man who killed UNC councillor, then self, says stop all this speculation. The father of Rodney Ramsumir, the man who police believe killed UNC councillor Ramona Victor before ending his own life, is calling on the public to stop speculating on the circumstances surrounding the tragic incident. Okay. The Prime Minister and the opposition leader weighed in on the murder-suicide. Both the Prime Minister and opposition leader have reacted to the murder-suicide involving UNC councillor Ramona Victor and her common-law husband Rodney Ramsumir, with contrasting comments on the tragedy. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar reiterated the importance of victims of domestic violence to reach out for help, while opposition leader Penelope Beckles highlighted the need for more work to be done to protect women and girls from this and other forms of violence. And when things like this come up, I'm sorry that I have to mention it. What went on with the pepper spray legislation? Is it legal? Is it not legal? What is going on? I remember we petitioned for these things under the Candlelight Movement. And I remember at the time Faris Al-Rawi was the Attorney General, and he come and he talk in the Parliament, and up to now I don't know what went on with that legislation. What is going on with that? I had to find out. Attorney for companies and businessmen suing Munilal. No instructions, so cease to act application made. 2 investment entities and their principal must get new attorneys to advance their defamation claim against Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal by January. You could read that on page 7. Judge says TNTech investigate conflicting instructions. The High Court judge has declined to rule on whether any party misled the court in a doctor's legal battle with TNTech over its policy on installing high-tension wires on private property. A penal man has been held for robbery with violence. And then you have DB pensioner saves grandson, age 5, from fire. A 69-year-old pensioner remained hospitalized with burn wounds after rushing into his burning home over the weekend to rescue his 5-year-old grandson. Decision on if St. Dominic's sex case will proceed in 2026. The police found $400,000 in ganja at the Port-of-Spain port. Social media crackdown threat, Beckles and Young left concerned. That's very interesting. I'll tell you why in a little bit. Okay. And youth parliamentarians were tackling cyberbullying. All right? All right, so those are some of the headlines in the paper this morning. All right, we want to get a move on. Before we get a move on, though, let me just remind you of a couple of things here as we get things started this morning on Breaking Dawn, and we will get the phone line open, take a few calls on the first issue before we get to the other issues. So, all of this, stick with the program this morning. The first thing we want to mention is the Keoluk range of products, which is backed by science, and they got over 900 scientific research and clinical trials, and all of these products are made from the aged garlic extract. You have the cleanse and digestion, the blood pressure health, the cholesterol health, the total heart health, the circulation health. You also have the Keo Green Powder Drink Mix and the Keodophilus Probiotics. You can pick up any one of these products at a pharmacy or a health store across the country. For more information, you can WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. We also want to tell you about, that one finished. I almost forget you tell me that yesterday, yes? Yeah, Chef Shiraz, sorry. So we got to get to Chef Shiraz. Chef Shiraz has one more course in the month of December that is available. Because remember, I think he said he pushed back the food costing restaurant and catering workshop. But the Christmas cuisine course is definitely on the 15th and the 16th of December. And it will take place at Ramsing Plaza in Chagonas. And you can call 372-4639 or 737-5097 for more details. So go call those numbers, WhatsApp those numbers, and get registered for the Christmas cuisine cooking course. And yes, the Breaking On Christmas party, I've been talking about it for a while now. For those of you who do not have your tickets yet, I do not know what you are waiting on. It is $400. I will repeat, $400 premium drinks inclusive. We have not raised the price. We starting at 6 p.m. We go until 12 midnight. We have a ton of entertainment. Iowa George, Sherwin Winchester, Lil Bits, Brass to the World, featuring Snakey and Sanel Dempster. Oh gosh, the cocoa look too small. Oh, too small. All right, well, not for me. But I can tell you this, one of the hottest parang on the circuit right now, if not the hottest parang for 2025, is that cocoa song by Sanel Dempster. Snakey, well, you know what going on is turtle season for Snakey, and he's looking for an Annie. And of course, I will looking to share some licks in 2026. And Sherwin Winchester has got a catalog of music and is a performer, one of the most high energy performers that you will find in the industry. And talk about catalog. And of course, he got some music as well that he dropping for 2026 as well. So we have a lot of entertainment. We got premium drinks inclusive. Get your tickets. There is no time to waste. When the tickets sell out, it's sell out. I'm telling you. And I didn't print no big set of tickets here because all you know how I like my thing. I like my thing where people could enjoy themselves. We don't want to ram it out, where you can't move and that kind of vibes. So get your tickets. You can get them online at trinbagoevents.com. I urge you to take the online route if you don't want to come out of the house. You could do it from right off your phone, trinbagoevents.com. Just go look for the flyer and purchase your ticket. Raj Bar in St. Augustine, and of course Sports and Games nationwide, and those nationwide outlets include Trin City Mall, Gulf City Mall, West Mall, Long Circular Mall, Tunapuna, Grand Bazaar, and Price Plaza. So make sure, go out to those locations and purchase your tickets to the Breaking Dawn Christmas party. You could also get tickets by calling 345-3380. That is 345-3380. All right? And of course, for those of you who want to come on board, even now, and you might want to sponsor a little thing, you could call that number, 345-3380. And of course, we will be glad to have a conversation with you and engage on, how we could, give you back some value for your money. All right? So with that, we want to get into the first order of business this morning before we get to the first break. And it has to do with the visa situation. Now, there was a member of the U.S. Embassy that put out, there was a video circulating online. Yes, this video here. Now, remember, Gary Aboud had his visa revoked, and there was a whole conversation that started there. And most recently, we have the Minister of Homeland Security, who has put himself in the spotlight where these visas are concerned. And in my opinion, he's put himself in a position that he ought not to have put himself. But we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Let's just listen to this video by the U.S. Embassy. Take this in.
Visa holders. If you are arrested, hello, I'm Mike Mitchell, the visa chief here at the U.S. Embassy in Port of Spain. Breaking U.S. laws have serious consequences for visa holders. If you are arrested or violate any laws, your visa may be revoked, you may be deported, and you could be ineligible for future U.S. visas. Follow the rules and don't jeopardize your travel. A U.S. visa is a privilege, not a right. Hello, I'm Mike Mitchell, the visa chief here.
That last line there, a U.S. visa is a privilege, not a right. I will almost scoff at that, but I understand where they're coming from. And they may be in their right to say it's a privilege, not a right, because people in the Caribbean love to migrate to the United States of America. But nevertheless, okay? Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander, coming off the back of that, give me the headline there. Nice. Roger says revoke Trini's visas, citizens abroad spreading fear on social media. Now, we'll get into that article. Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander is seeking the assistance of the United States Embassy to move on US-based social media actors, some of whom have dual nationality and who he says are targeting Trinidad and Tobago by spreading propaganda and fear. The Express yesterday obtained a copy of the letter, which is expected to be delivered early this week to the embassy's charge d'affaires, Dr. Jennifer Neidhart de Ortiz, at her office in Port of Spain. Now, in it, Alexander writes that, quote, in recent weeks, several individuals holding dual nationality or U.S. residency have been using media platforms, social media channels, and online news programs to disseminate defamatory, inflammatory, and intentionally misleading narratives about our joint mission and the ongoing security operations within Trinidad and Tobago. These individuals openly profit from sensationalism, distort the truth to generate viewership, and then retreat to cities such as Miami and other U.S. locations, while their manufactured narratives fuel tension, fear, and instability here at home. As a result, he called on the U.S. to support our efforts, to quote, support our efforts should we choose to exercise immigration authorities, including visa revocation against non-resident individuals who repeatedly propagate destabilizing content and place our security forces at risk, end quote. The letter also proposed that the U.S. government issue an advisory or warning to U.S. persons residing abroad to use media platforms to knowingly spread false information. Persons residing abroad who use media platforms to knowingly spread false information that threatens the stability of Trinidad and Tobago or undermines joint security work. Alexander also wants the United States active support to engage appropriate U.S. agencies to review whether any of these actions violate U.S. laws related to incitement, threats, cyber harassment, or misuse of broadcasting platforms. Coordinate a joint communique reaffirming that freedom of speech does not extend to deliberate misinformation campaigns that threaten lives or compromise security partnerships. Now, during a phone interview with the Express yesterday, Alexander confirmed the request, saying it followed what he described as a pattern of misinformation that was bordering on the destabilization of the country. While not citing any online media outlets or bloggers by name, he said that over the last 2 months, there have been several foreign media reports about events involving Trinidad. In the backdrop of ongoing tensions with Venezuela and the United States, which have created public confusion and undermined trust in local authorities. He referenced how international media reports claiming that an imminent military strike on Venezuela was underway, coupled with social media theories and speculation, led to the panic buying and traffic gridlock experienced on October the 31st, despite the government's reassurance that everything was okay. There are persons who continue to make statements that from what we are seeing, they are doing it deliberately, and it is being used to undermine public trust and endanger ongoing operations. He singled out bloggers and social media users, saying their posts and spread of what he called misinformation caused public alarm on that Friday. Okay? He argued, though, that people must stop hiding behind social media and saying what they want, forgetting there are consequences. He went on to say this is not about targeting freedom of speech. Alexander said he has proposed solutions to the embassy to try to prevent any further occurrences. He suggested that sanctions by external partners could be communicated to Trinidad and Tobago to restrict entry. He also emphasized that the request was not about targeting freedom of speech or targeting any individual. He went on to say, quote, however, we cannot allow irresponsible media actors hiding behind foreign protections to sabotage our progress. Trinidad and Tobago will protect its sovereignty, its institutions, and its people. Any individual, God, this thing jumped just now, Any individual, local or foreign, who intentionally places our nation at risk must understand that there will be consequences. All right? And in his letter, Alexander wrote that, quote, we are fully capable of addressing misconduct by our own citizens. However, when U.S. persons or dual nationals exploit the protection of U.S. jurisdiction to attack, defame, or sabotage our security environment while being shielded by foreign borders, the impact becomes a bilateral challenge. At that point, we need a coordinated response. He also recalled the speculation about recent training operations with the U.S., even though such exercises were nothing new. All right? So that's the letter, basically, that Alexander has written to the U.S. Embassy. I want to get your thoughts on that very quickly. We have about 7 minutes to take some calls before we move on to the next issue. So we are going to the phone line, 327-7400. Once again, of course, we ask that you keep your calls short and to the point so that as many people as possible can get an opportunity to give their thoughts on the situation. Do you agree that the Minister of Homeland Security should be writing to the U.S. Embassy requesting that Trinis living abroad, their visas be revoked? Or do you think that this is something that the U.S. Embassy ought to deal with on their own without any intervention by the local authorities? Okay? That's all. That's all I need to know this morning. Morning.
Mr. Fan, I just want to say condolences to the family and the Samuel family. So that situation here, that's a young girl that has helped out everybody, every single person. She served the public very good.
Okay.
And she served everybody very equal. She's a very, very, very loving person. Anyhow,
Okay.
this issue with Alexander, I think it's warranted. It's something that it needs to be addressed, right? It's not something that we should leave to run off the rails, right? To run off until it starts to hurt people, until people start to get hurt. Right? It's a good move to try to do his job. And lastly, it needs to be everybody needs to be careful about this because they don't want the public to feel as if it is meant to silence anybody. Because people could have different views. People should always feel comfortable to disagree. And not because somebody get offended. If somebody break the law, everything should come down on them yet. But if people feel offended, it shouldn't be that the reason why we go in behind somebody because they offend us or in any way, because the public do have the right to have speech, that if somebody disagree with them, that they don't get persecuted for that. Because in China, that's what's going on in China right now. If the
Yeah,
government feel offended by what you say,
there's a lot of censorship
that is the truth.
as it relates to China, yeah.
And it's a dictatorship type of censorship, not a balanced one. It's one that it's terrible. It's real bad. And in my mind, he should not cite China as an example for that. All
Okay.
right, thanks.
All right, no problem. I kind of, I'm two ways on this. I'm in the middle on this. Morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are your thoughts
Hello,
on the subject matter here this morning?
He could go ahead and do that, but he should do that from within first. He should deny them. You have to start to do your thing first. You deny entry, and you deny. You could make somebody passport null and void from within here, from locals here first. People who coming in, you can send them back. But you do your homework and see who you have to send back, and see who you have to deny from going out, and see who you have to deny from coming in. You don't, that should be your last resort, not your first resort.
That's an
Because
interesting position. Okay.
If they say no now, if they say we're not getting into Trinidad and Tobago internal affairs, if they say no, what is your resolve now?
Okay.
You have to start at home first. Have a good morning, brother.
Okay, no problem. No problem. 327774. I nearly got to call the old number, you know. I don't believe I still have that number in my head, you know. That number is in my head, you know. Let me hear all your thoughts on this. Morning. Yeah, morning. Go ahead. Morning.
Yeah. Morning.
Cosa Nostra?
Cosa? Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Share your thoughts.
They were saying, Stefan, this country is supposed to be sensitized years ago. Because if the country was sensitized years ago, today we children them would not be getting on in this kind of manner. Today we children them would be better children. Because for too long, you go Sanosha.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Right? Yeah, years ago now we supposed to be sensitized in this country because look at how much thing going on in this country. Thing where we supposed to be getting involved in, right? This social media thing, how we children and them upside down. How they had them disrespectful, had them violent. You understand? So years ago now we supposed to be sensitized in this country, right?
Okay.
And I agree with sensitizing the country, you know, in a way that will.
Okay. I'll win again. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, man.
No freedom is absolute. Everything must be monitored and regulated.
Right.
And at the same time, I know people who get caught up on YouTube and Facebook and things for trivia matters. And we have to query these issues. So we need to look at things now from that perspective, which part the society now must be so disciplined, or when you're making a statement, you must say it in a particular way that it can be ambiguous. So you know it's neither here nor there. So people have to look at things from a different perspective. So what he's doing, yes, he's citing an area which part of this happening. So you know, it's not that it's something is isolated to Trinidad. It's all over the world. It's like, you know, you were talking about Mandami yesterday. Mandami comes from a socialist country and he understands authority. So this is why when he went to Donald Trump, there was a nice meeting because you understand who's in charge. So we need to look at it from that perspective and regulate things accordingly. You have a Willie.
Okay, no problem. I'll take another one. Morning, man.
It's all over.
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, morning, Stefan. Good morning, my brother. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you loud and clear, man. Go ahead.
Okay, what is passing strange in this country? look at how much integrity started to come out in the public domain. I wonder where all this integrity was before. The politician and them right now, I find everybody and you can't say this, you can't do this, and you can't. There we go, no horrors, don't get no horrors. We have to backtrack on what was taking place in the last 9 years in this country. You understand? Because we had a government here before. You couldn't ask nothing, you couldn't do what they was riding roughshod over the people and them. But, and again, that don't give the citizens any right to go on social media and threaten people. Right now, the kind of propaganda that's spreading, Stefan, on other media houses in this country, what we all seeing right now is only smoke. That is smoke. You know, the kind of thing they're bringing back all kind of race talk on other frequency. My duty is to check on other frequency and listen to the outbursts of the country. And they are trying to make this administration leader number one hated person in the country. And I want to tell you, media people, stop at that foolishness. The government was elected for 5 years and it will be governing for 5 years. So all this mismanagement and propaganda, all they're trying to push in the community, and this race attack, this racial attack, we are hearing you all on various media stations. You understand? Some of these mainstream media houses, all the moderators, the talk show hosts, all they don't allow these things. Don't even read the text when they send these texts to the population, because by any means necessary, Mr. Inbert and them want to get back in there. But no. We have a democracy and it's working well. It elects a government, and that government is going to serve for 5 years. And after that, we go again to the poll. So no amount of propaganda, because there's a history of the PNM propaganda running in this country. Mr. Gonzal told us that. Eric Williams said every PNM is a propagandist, and they had to get it in every house, or they don't go with that foolishness, because they will destroy this country. Okay. Don't go around with that foolishness. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Bless.
Yeah, my brother, no problem. Let me tell you something. I'll take this final caller here before we go to the break. Hello, good morning.
Hi, Stefan. Good morning.
Morning, go ahead.
I have absolutely no problem with what the minister would have said. For far too long, social media has given a platform to what we call keyboard warriors. People who believe they can go and just spew whatever they feel to. How many cases of slander and libel have we seen come out of people who go on social media and just say whatever they feel to say? Right? At the end of the day, I don't believe this is an attack on free speech. I think as responsible adults, what you choose to put out there, you should have some kind of common sense and be responsible, right? You could recall the last administration said, running the yard, breaking the house, all these kind of things. I don't know if you could remember Robinson Regis had made a comment like that. Right? Which is why now, with the whole stand your ground thing, they're talking about it targeting a certain race. And I don't want to stray from the point, but people have to be held responsible for the comments that they make, right? At no point in time should you be comfortable to threaten the leader of the country or to threaten anybody for that matter. So I have no problem with his comment. Thanks, Steph.
No problem. All right, so we're going to do, I have to pay some bills. We're going to pay the bills. We're going to come back to this. Just before I go to the break, though, Director, give me Young one, because the opposition leader and Stuart Young Stuart Young says government is crossing the line on social media crackdown. Now, I heard him, but I also remember back in, I think it was 2019, was it? Give me the other Young headline. So yesterday he said that the government, but back in that's it, October of 2019, when Gary Griffith was Commissioner of Police, he was backing the police monitoring of social media. Now, I want to make it clear here that by him stating that back then, the monitoring of social media and what we're dealing with here now is a crackdown on social media in terms of, we move past monitoring now, and it appears that we have moved to the point that there needs to be action taken against persons who feel that they are free to say what they want or do what they want on social media, or to create narratives, leaving out specific information in order, because that's how propaganda is created. Propaganda is something that there's a little truth to it. That's what makes it sellable, right? Is that there is a bit of truth to it, and it's that little ounce of truth that is there that makes you think that the entire story is true. But what they do to sell propaganda is they will take a particular story and they will omit certain information so that when they come and they create their narrative now, they create it in a way that is totally out of context. So they remove the context of a statement and they create this narrative that has no context that the original statement was made of. So they omit certain facts in order to sell an agenda. That is how propaganda is created. All right? And unfortunately, social media has become a place. Social media is a great place. If you have business, if you want to do certain things, social media is a terrific place for that. But there are some people who abuse it. And they do use it to run misinformation campaigns. And even they feel free to go up and call for assassins to take out the leader of their own country. Which, like I said yesterday, is not just seditious, but that's tantamount to treason. You understand? And you can't have that. I will back my Prime Minister in almost anything. Almost, eh? The reason why I say almost is because I remember the pandemic. Right? And I know they were wrong. I sat here and I fight our battle. All I remember, YouTube censored us. Facebook censored us. Every social media platform that was under the grip of the establishments that was trying to sell that agenda, they pull us down, they kill our page, and take us off, this, that, and the other. The only place that I wasn't censored was on television. And it's because they knew they couldn't challenge me. Because I could have defend the conversations I was having. It would have been up to them to defend their position against my research, right? So I was allowed on air, on television. Nobody ever tried to write a letter to stop me from talking and them kind of thing. So I could attest to that. But on social media, we were censored to a great deal. And that's why I say I'll back my Prime Minister in almost anything. I will not back a Prime Minister, whether it be PNM, UNC, or whomever, that goes to war with the people of the country. And I felt at that time the government was taking the wrong road, selling the agenda of the WHO, and so many other world leaders as well. And that to me was an attack on the people. And I decided I'm not gonna stand for that. All right? But freedom of expression is very important. Freedom of speech is very important. Social media is very important. It's an important platform to get information out. So however they want to go about dealing with this, they have to deal with it very carefully. Otherwise, it could be viewed as something else. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get back to the phone line. Stay tuned.
I want a nanny. I want a nanny. For this Christmas, I must find a nanny. I want a...
All fan of Breaking Dawn, your time is here. The Breaking Dawn Christmas Party Premium Drinks Inclusive is on Saturday, the 13th of December at the Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence, featuring Lil Bit, Brass to the World with Snakey and Sanel Dempster, Sherwin Winchester, and Ivor George.
2026 on the shares.
Music by Selector Rome and Heavy Duty. Tickets $400. Get them at Sports and Games Nationwide, Raj Bar, St. Augustine, or online at TrinBagoEvents.com. For more info, call 345-3380. Sponsored by Hanky Bannister, Speedburn Single Malt Scott, Vanguard Vodka, and Synergy TV. on Saturday, the 29th of November. Come celebrate with Family Mart. It's their 30th anniversary and Customer Appreciation Day. And it's all happening at Family Mart, Colonial Road, Maripur. Come be a part of all the festivities, exclusive in-store specials, hampers, and products giveaways, and plenty sampling. Join Stephen Reese and the Breaking Dawn family live on location as Family Mart celebrates with a full Customer Appreciation Day. A whole day of health fair with free eye testing, bouncy castles, and popcorn for the kids. Plus, lots of games and prizes to be won. All this and more at Family Mart Anniversary and Customer Appreciation Day. Saturday, the 29th of November at Family Mart, number 35 New Colonial Road, Maripur. Attention builders, farmers, and homeowners. Murphy's Hardware, Agro and Pet Supplies, located at Racecourse Road, Arima, O'Mara Road South, has everything you're looking for at the most competitive prices. The Hardware Division has everything by way of construction, from foundation to roofing supplies, plumbing, and electrical. A wide selection of hand and power tools, and so much more. The Agro and Pet Supplies Division carries from feed to fertilizers, agro tools, pet foods, and supplies, along with a range of gadgets for the home and garden. They are authorized dealers for STIHL and are open every day. Murphy's Hardware, Agro, and Pet Supplies has got what you need to get the job done without breaking your budget. Give them a call at 793-2497, 471-0249, or 743-5572, or visit them at Racecourse Road, Arima, O'Mara Road South. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
If you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career,
Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be.
some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificate in culinary arts, food lovers and professionals.
Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
Win a brand new ride for Christmas in a 3-car raffle organized on behalf of Queens Royal College. Merry Christmas! First prize is a luxurious, fully loaded big ride Ford Ranger. Draw a date Saturday, December 20th at the school. Tickets only $100. All proceeds for the further uplifting of the school. Tickets available from teachers, parents, alumni, and of the school. Also nationwide at all branches of True Value, Reliable Appliances, Christina Shoe Store, Kenny Sports, Unique Bookstore, Extra Foods, JTA Supermarkets, Police Credit Union, Cost Cutters, ABC Home Center, The Trinity Shop, PRW Enterprises, Sharon Bookstores, Miguel Moses and Sons, Ishmael Khan and Sons, Modern Electrical, Crosby St. James, Athletes by the Park, Tribe, Mass Carnival, Cinnamon Drugs Sangre Grande, Bellini Drugs San Fernando, Ronnie and Carol, New Mass Camp Baraval Road, IslandEtickets.com. For more info, call 491-1802. QRC College Christmas 3-car raffle.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycarettt@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
At Adams Optical, We care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
This girl is trouble when she bubble, when she wind up on it. She's trouble when she bubble, when she bite on the lip. She's trouble when she bubble, when she wind up on it. She's trouble when she bubble, when she whiny.
She's trouble when she bubble, when she wind up on it. Easy Sherwin, morning. Nice man. Breaking down Christmas party. Sherwin Wilchester will be there. All right, so before we get back into the phone lines, or we get back to the phone lines, Eden Heights. I'm going to get a little Eden Heights up in the mix here. So Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, and these include from prolozone therapy to limb bagging to colon hydrotherapy, oxygen baths, and more. Consultation services are also included in the services that Eden Heights offers. And they have 3 locations, Trin City, Chaguanas, and Tobago. You can give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571, or you could WhatsApp them on 493-9196 and get in contact with them today, all right, to deal with your health. That is Eden Heights. All right. We were talking about Roger Alexander, the Homeland Security Minister, writing to the U.S. Embassy as it relates to persons on social media living abroad who have been creating mischief. All right? There was another headline. I showed you the Stuart Young headline saying that he would support social media monitoring. I also want to show you a headline as far back as, well, just 1 year later, in 2020, where the then Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, said that it is time for racial social media posts to end. All right? So this isn't something new. This is something that has been going on for a long time. Just like the noise pollution complaints and the fireworks complaints and everything that has been going on for a while, this is nothing new. I personally think that there are a lot of people on social media that are put there as agents to be divisive, to create division, to push racism. Now, while I am not foolish enough to say that racism doesn't exist in Trinidad and Tobago, racism does exist in some quarters, and it goes both ways. It's Afro-Trinidadian who don't like Indian, and it's Indian Trinidadian that don't like African. Let me be real. And then you have all of the other ethnicities in there. All right? I think we also suffer from a serious case of classism as well. All right? But this whole race thing, it has to end. It has to end. And people ought to face consequences, I believe, for pushing those agendas. Anytime your sole purpose is to divide a country and create hate amongst the masses, you should face consequences. That's my humble view. 10 minutes away from the hour, 7 o'clock, I'm going back to the phone lines. We were talking about this issue. We'll stay on it. I won't shift. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
Morning. Stefan, all those callers this morning who called you this morning, I will be the second one backing up all those callers this morning. All this bacchanal and all this problem that is taking place in this country have to stop. We get our government to fix Trinidad and Tobago. And if we don't stand up and do the right thing, we will end up worse than Haiti. What I'm telling you, Stefan, those are the people who have the country so today. The people who are causing havoc, as I said that yesterday. Listen, Stefan, we have to get something done. And you see, Alexander, he have to come out, and he is the leader coming out and talk with law and whatnot, because he's the minister of that department. And mind you, we have to get it done We have to get it done. We have to get it done. Get serious. Those people, the media, is what was Trinidad show today. Those are the ones that have the Trinidad show today. You understand me?
Okay.
We have to get it stopped. Thank you.
Yeah. Chris, give me back the Alexander headline, the visa revoke. I'm done with Uncle Kitos there. Yeah, morning. Morning, go ahead and share your thoughts.
Morning to you, Mr. Stephen.
Yeah, morning.
Mr. Stephen, I'm going to tell you the same thing again. What I told you yesterday. I say that no ignorance. It's real politics thing here. And it's gone so bad that it even in CARICOM, and they send it back to Venezuela. Then they bring it back to PNM. This is a real conspiracy against the government. From all angles, they fight it. I know what I'm telling you because I'm telling you this again. I just getting on my phone where I have family who believe I is a PNM. And it's only when something go wrong for the UNC, they send anything on my phone. If the UNC do anything good, they're sending nothing. But them ain't no eyes are UNC. But I just say a still tongue, keep a wise head. So I just only keep listening to them. I know what's happening in this country. One of these days, when I have time, I will explain it to you, Mr. Stephen.
No problem. You know, I plenty people think or may perceive. I'll get to that in a little bit. Hello, good morning. I'm going to take this call here. They think he's up here. Morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah, morning, man. Go ahead, share your thoughts.
Stefan, I want to explain something to you. To done this whole racialism thing, and people doesn't read the Bible, right? When Moses married the Ethiopian woman, right? His sister Sarah was angry with him. And both strike with leprosy, right? Black people has been around long time, right? Indian people has been around, but not as the black people.
Right.
Right? But what I'm saying is, the man who told the cause for Jesus is a black man. And this whole racialism thing, God don't like it. God do not like it. Right? Moses married an Ethiopian woman. And his sister was angry and God strike you with leprosy because of racialism.
Right.
We have to stop this in this country. We have to stop it, Stefan. People must read what the word of God says. Right? And then we will understand what it is. How could we be hating one another when I go in the bank and I meet a black man as an Indian man, I go and meet a black man and he had to help me. And in other wrongs, when a black man go, he meet an Indian man and he had to help him in the bank or anyway, in the hospital, wherever. We have the whole system wrong and people don't want to understand. But that is work of the devil.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man, no problem. Yeah, I think it's beyond that. It's about a lot of the posts that are taking place right now, all over social media with there's a lot of misinformation going around. A lot of misinformation. But like I say, a comment to your caller, the PNM is very good at that. Now, when I say that, people go say, well, you're anti. No, I'm saying that PNM in opposition is a force to be reckoned with, right? Because they're in opposition. They know how to play the game, right? All the little tricks, or every little thing that they could do to disrupt anything, they're going to do it. That is unfortunately the job of an opposition, right? Is to make not just to hold the government accountable, but also to make life hard for the government so that the government looks bad, so that they could get back into office, because they got to turn the electorate back in their favor. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Stefan.
Yeah, what's up?
In this article here, I like Dr. Rolini bespoke soup. You could show you back to. Anyway, in this article here, the man look very good, cut on perfect bespoke.
Okay.
In this article, according to what I heard this morning, in this article, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Alexander has written to the U.S. Embassy and a letter has been sent? Yes or no?
That's how. He has, that's how, oh God, Lord Father. Yes, he is seeking the assistance of the United States Embassy to move on US-based social media actors.
So there's a policy decision by the government then, by the cabinet. So you can't do it on your own.
Well, that's a very interesting question.
I asked him a question this morning.
I would have to think so. I don't think he could make a bold move like that without consulting with the Prime Minister.
Right. I asked this question because we know what happened last week with Mr. Aboud and what he had to say.
Yes.
And then the Prime Minister had put out an official statement and said what she had to say. Right? That the government don't get involved and so forth and so forth. Right? Something to that effect. She said, I think the government, the Trinidad and Tobago don't get involved in anything. So I just asked that question. I know Cabinet coming up Thursday, if you get an official response from the Prime Minister, or what's because this had to be a policy decision put out by the most likely, maybe by the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, in the article you stated that Mr. Young and Mr. Griffith has the photo. In that article, I believe Mr. Young had stated once your account is public, it's no invasion of privacy.
Correct.
So therefore, what you post is public knowledge. Obviously, it's in the public domain. It was obvious that. I remember we had it had no law at the time. I remember it had an incident with something called revenge porn or something like that on social media, and somebody went to court and the court ruled. And once the court ruled on a decision where there is no law, that is the law now. Right? Okay. Somebody could get right. That is work. All laws work like that.
Right.
But I like Dr. Rolini bespoke, man. You could show him back. You look real good. You look nice.
All right.
I will have a good morning again. That's something to say, but it slipped my mind. Bespoke to more.
No problem. You're killing me this morning, yes. Let me take this one here before I go to the break, before we wrap up. Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning.
Yeah, morning, man. What's up?
Morning.
Morning.
All right. You hearing me, right?
I'm hearing you loud and clear. You go ahead. You share your thoughts.
Okay. What I find is that mainstream media is anti-government. And we can see it. I look at the newscasts every night on CNC3 and TV6 and everybody else, and listen to 95.5 and everybody. I listen to you and everybody else. And basically, they're the ones that is sort of anti-government. And so when they, I can't believe that Roger Alexander will pen a letter and then they can print it and put it in the Express. So I find, why don't they talk to Roger Alexander? But what has happened is every time it have a UNC minister to talk to, they always get no response. They always say that. We had no response from Kadisha. We had no response from Sadab. We had no response. So they are bloody making up things and then printing it. So they are creating the news and then reporting it. And that is my take on what is happening in Trinidad right now. Because they want the PNM to come back. And that is what happened with mainstream media. And it's time they cut that out. So it's time we cut out the damn mainstream media altogether because they can't get it on the air. So now they're using social media to print their things. Thank you very much.
Okay, no problem. All right, thanks a lot. Well, you know, that caller there, as I go to the break, he brings the mainstream media into the conversation now. And, you know, the position of what he perceives to be the position of the mainstream media. It has been a narrative that has been put out there by particularly the UNC when they were in opposition and even in government that, I mean, the mainstream media is they have said and they have put out there that the mainstream media is in pertaining to CNC3 and TV6, Express and Guardian, PNM. They have consistently said that. And if you're taking some of Doubles and Coffee and some of their social media posts and so on and so forth, they have launched an attack a while now on those mainstream media outlets. So in terms of what the caller is saying, it could be that there is a perception of that based on the narrative that has been put out by the United National Congress, or maybe it is the reality. But I think that social media has become the place that people go for information. And I think that it was always creeping up, but when we went into that pandemic, I think a lot of people moved away from mainstream media. And rightfully so, because the mainstream media was selling an agenda. Let's not make no mistake about that, and let me do pussyfoot wrong that, right? They were selling an agenda. They weren't objective. They were selling what they were supposed to sell, right? There was no objectivity. This is what it is. This is what the government said. This is what we had to sell. This is what we had to tell people. Right. Go and take your job. Go and take your job. Go and take your job. Hide in your house, wherever. So they were part and parcel of that, right? And a lot of people who maybe at the time depended on mainstream media for information moved away from them at that point in time and gone to social media. The problem with social media is now that we come back to the same problem that Roger Alexander is writing the U.S. Embassy about, that Dr. Rowley was talking about in 2020, the concerns raised back in 2019 about social media posts and monitoring it, is that you have people who are on social media, they create these pages, these profiles, they create, they command an audience and a following, and they become influencers, right? But the funny thing about influencers is influencers are paid to influence. So they could be bought. So they're selling something too. Because nobody ain't going through all that trouble for free. All right? They sell things as well. Well, I'm the only person that's doing it for free. Because I'm an idiot. All right? I've been doing that since long before plenty people was doing it in terms of politics. Right? On Facebook and now TikTok and all other platforms. So you've got to be careful as it relates to who you take your information from. But outside of that, we have become lazy as well. So we rather flick through social media, hear somebody say something, and say, yeah, boy, that's the truth, than rather actually fact check them and go and actually do our own research or go and actually read about it ourselves. So we live in a world where we are heavily dependent on people to tell us how to think, or tell us what is the truth, or tell us what is the reality as it relates to any situation. When it shouldn't be like that. You don't depend on people to tell you that. Not even me. I've always told my audience that. Don't take it from me, you know. You go and look for it yourself. You understand? And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know? So we have to be a little more responsible too, as consumers, of either mainstream media, if you don't trust them, or social media. As a consumer, you have to be responsible to want to know the truth. You know? And want to know if what is being told to you is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. All right? But that's on you. But I do think that government could do something from maybe creating policy and so on and so forth, so that people get an understanding that there are consequences to their actions. Okay? And you can't be loose with your mouth or your actions on social media. Don't think you can hide behind a profile. You understand? As we go to the break, I want to remind you about Melodies of Praise. That's right. Melodies of Praise fundraiser takes place on the 29th of November at 5:30 p.m. Tickets are $200 and it will take place at the corner of Bagatelle and Saddle Road in San Juan. They got a lot of big artists to perform. They have a pan-off. They have tons of prizes to be won. Free drinks for everyone. You got Carissa Marie Charles, Blessed Messenger. You have Sean Daniel, Jara Nurse, and Sir Marshall. They will all be performing. The action starts at 5:30 p.m. And in case you're wondering, well, Stefan, what kind of prizes they're giving away, boy? What kind of prizes? Because it's Christmas and you're looking for things, right? So they have the electric ovens that they're going to be giving away. They have microwave ovens, glass jar blenders, health smart juicers, handheld steamers, and they got cologne in abundance from Calvin Klein to Curb to Banana Republic colognes. So make sure, get your tickets, and all you have to do to get your tickets, actually, let me give you the contact number. To get your tickets, all you have to do is call 332-6880. That is 332-6880. That's Harriet. Or you can call 334-4713. That is 334-4713. All right, and you could get your tickets. So call those numbers, get your tickets, and go out and have a terrific time on the 29th of November. We will be back after this.
I want a nanny. I want a nanny. For this Christmas, I must find a nanny.
The Christian Union Church San Juan Revival Ministries presents Melodies of Praise, Saturday, November 29th, corner Bagatelle Road in San Juan. Come join us for an unforgettable evening. Guest performances by Sean Daniel, Blessed Messenger,
When the pressure rise and don't worry, 'cause I know that God is fighting for me.
Jaranus, and more. Tickets are only $200, drinks inclusive, giveaways, and door prizes to be won. Proceeds for this event go to the CUC Children's Christmas Tree. Come, join us as we praise, worship, and celebrate our God. Saturday, November 29th.
Make me just tell somebody about Jesus.
Win a brand new ride for Christmas in a 3-car raffle organized on behalf of Queens Royal College. Merry Christmas! First prize is a luxurious, fully loaded big ride Ford Ranger. Draw a date Saturday, December 20th at the school. Tickets only $100. All proceeds for the further uplifting of the school. Tickets available from teachers, parents, alumni, and of the school. Also nationwide at all branches of True Value, Reliable Appliances, Christina Shoe Store, Kenny Sports, Unique Bookstore, Extra Foods, JTA Supermarkets, Police Credit Union, Cost Cutters, ABC Home Center, The Trinity Shop, PRW Enterprises, Sharon Bookstores, Miguel Moses and Sons, Ishmael Khan and Sons, Modern Electrical, Crosby St. James, Athelie's by the Park, Tribe, Mass Carnival, Cinnamon Drug Sangre Grande, Bellini Drug San Fernando, Ronnie and Carol, New Mass Camp, Marval Road, IslandEtickets.com. For more info, call 491-1802. QRC College Christmas 3-car raffle.
On Saturday, the 29th of November, come celebrate with Family Mart. It's their 30th anniversary and Customer Appreciation Day. And it's all happening at Family Mart, Colonial Road, Parapoor. Come be a part of all the festivities, exclusive in-store specials, hampers, and products giveaways, and plenty sampling. Join Stephen Reese and the Breaking Dawn family live on location as Family Mart celebrates with a full Customer Appreciation Day. A whole day of health fair with free eye testing, bouncy castles, and popcorn for the kids. Plus, lots of games and prizes to be won. All this and more at Family Mart Anniversary and Customer Appreciation Day, Saturday, the 29th of November at Family Mart, number 35 New Colonial Road, Parapoor.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645 775-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading. Quality products at unbeatable prices.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
All that of Breaking Dawn. Your time is here. The Breaking Dawn Christmas Party Premium Drinks Inclusive is on Saturday, the 13th of December at the Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence. Featuring Lil Bit, Brass to the World with Snakey and Chanel Dempster, Showing Winchester, and Ivor George.
2026 on the shares only.
Music by Selector Rome and Heavy Duty. Tickets $400. Get them at Sports and Games Nationwide, Raj Bar, St. Augustine, or online at TrinBagelEvents.com. For more info, call 345-3380. Sponsored by Hanky Bannister, Speedburn Single Malt Scott, Vanguard Vodka, and Synergy TV.
Tired of the daily school run? Say hello to Open Minds Education, your 100% online school built for life in the Caribbean. From preschool to secondary, they've got your child covered. Anytime, anywhere, no traffic, no textbooks, no hidden fees. Just smart, flexible learning with real teachers who care. It takes a village to raise a child, and Open Minds, they are that village. Learn today, lead tomorrow. Call or WhatsApp 868-388-6635 or visit openminds.education to register.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
This girl is trouble when she bubble, when she wind up on it. She's trouble when she bubble, when she bite on the lip. She's trouble when she bubble, when she wind up on it. She's trouble when she bubble, when she whiny.
All right, so we're back, people. As we return, let me just put my thing in our gear here. Right, so as we return, I want to remind you about Setwayo Board. Set has the Holistic Health Clinic. Right, so it's powered by nutritional therapy. Stop managing those diseases when you could reverse them naturally. And of course, they specialize in reversing cancer, digestive disorders, diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, and more. Drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. You can call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Book an appointment today and rebuild your health from the inside out naturally. Seth will be with us shortly, and we're talking about autism when he comes on. And finally, I want to remind you about Sambranos. They got the bazaar coming up, Zambrano's Learning Academy. And it's a Christmas bazaar around the world. That's right, Sunday the 30th of November. Everyone's invited. The location is the corner of 3rd Street and 7th Avenue in Barataria. Time is 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. And there are some numbers that you could call for more information or to get your tickets for the bazaar. Take your kids out, all right? For those of you in Barataria, you know, or environs, you know, this is a terrific thing to do on a Sunday with the kids. So 689-1345, 727-9605, or 491-4277. All right, those are the numbers to call. Okay. Before we get going with the next clip, one of the headlines in the paper today is that the House will debate the long-awaited Stand Your Ground legislation on November the 26th. That is tomorrow. All right? So the House of Representatives will debate Stand Your Ground legislation when it sits at the Red House at 1:30 p.m. on November 26th. This is one of 2 parliamentary sittings on that day. The Senate will also sit from 10 a.m. to debate a private motion by independent Senator Alicia Etienne about establishing a comprehensive national strategic plan for people with disabilities. All right? So these 2 debates will actually take place on the same day. So you have a sitting of the Senate and you have a sitting of the House of Representatives on the Stand Your Ground legislation. So we'll see where that goes. But remember, the government did say that the Stand Your Ground legislation is something that they will be pushing for very early in their term. So it's going to get to the Parliament on Wednesday. We will see what happens with that. I think it's needed. I know that some people may disagree, but given the state of affairs, I think that Stand Your Ground legislation, I support it. I support it. I've always supported arming or citizens. I'm not going to say arming citizens. I've always supported the right for a citizen to acquire a firearm. I think if you have a problem with illegal firearms, then part of the solution to that is having legal firearms. All right? Persons with legal firearms. So we'll see where that goes. Last night on CNC3 News, of course, yesterday morning we started with Felicia Thomas and this envelope that she had stating that there was the 10% increase, right? But last night on the news, there was a slightly different report. Run me the CNC3 News report. This courtesy CNC3 News, and we'll go back to the phone lines before we get to set. Run me that now.
The Public Services Association claiming it received a formal 10% wage increase offer from the Office of the Chief Personnel Officer last Friday. CNC3 News has been reliably informed that no such offer was made.
We understand what was given to the PSA was that a 10% offer would be made subject to negotiations. As Akash Samru tells us, the letter given to Thomas and the PSA on Friday did not have the details that normally accompany a formal letter from the CPO.
On Friday, the Public Services Association emerged from the CPO's office and triumphantly declared,
"We have in our hand, delivered by Acting CPO Ms. Wendy Barton, an offer of 10%, which the PSA will be responding to."
And then later that day, PSA President Felicia Thomas in another video said the PSA received
a formal offer on your behalf of 10%.
But CNC3 News has been informed that what the PSA received was not an official offer, but rather a commitment that a 10% offer will be made subject to negotiations. We learned that the letter the PSA was given said it has been agreed the CPO will propose a 10% increase, but concluded by saying that the exact terms of this proposed increase still have to be negotiated. For it to be an official offer, we understand that it would have included a proposal on how the 10% would have been spread out over the negotiating periods, a listing of allowances and changes to rates, information on the cost of living allowance, traveling facilities, car loans, tax exemptions, and a salary plan to show the new rates. Now, several efforts to get a response from Thomas were unsuccessful today. The PSA president has remained steadfast that she wants her members to receive their back pay by Christmas. However, former PSA President Clyde Weatherhead believes that will be a significant challenge, not only with the paperwork involved, but government having to allocate the money given that it was not provided for in the recent budget. Akash Samaru, CNC3 News.
Okay. So there we have a report. I do not even know what to think of the report, but we're going to get to it. So apparently the news is that there was not an official 10% offer. I'm trying to make sense out of this, I honestly am. So what they're saying is that the PSA in that letter was not offered the 10% officially. What they were offered, or what is in the letter, is that a 10% offer will be made subject to negotiations beginning. So let me get this clear. While the 10% in this meeting that they had with the deputy CPO, while the 10% has not officially been offered, it will be offered at the first opportunity for negotiations. Am I correct on that? Am I correct in understanding that? That when they sit down to negotiate, 10% will be on the table. But they didn't actually get the 10% offer officially because the negotiations didn't take place. Is that what I'm to understand here? Because from my understanding of that, the intention is already there to pay the 10%. But in negotiations, apparently, and I have to agree with Felicia Thomas when she says that it's being stalled. Because in reading the article from yesterday on the situation where they got on the meeting that they had and they got the letter that she did the video on and she said, look, get 10% offer here. That meeting was not conducted by the actual CPO, if I remember well. It was the acting CPO, right? So Dindial has to meet with the PSA to start the negotiations. This is from what I understand. And when that happens, 10% will be on the table. So in essence, they have the 10%. It's being offered, right? But I get the feeling that the CPO has not initiated the negotiations, that they've just said, listen, you'll get your 10, be putting 10% on the table, but as soon as the negotiations start. So it is Dindial now, because Felicia Thomas is ready, obviously, because she has already come out and said what she has to say. But if this is what it is, then I have to agree that they're stalling. And if they're stalling, they had to be stalling because they're playing politics. Because the Minister of Finance said that he was instructed by the Prime Minister to instruct the CPO to start the negotiations at 10%. So you have to question now why these negotiations have not started and why you call the PSA into a meeting to give them an assurance of the 10% offer, because that's what it is. But you're saying that it's subject to the negotiations. And the only reason why the negotiations have not started is because the CPO has not come to the table. Now, Felicia Thomas has also made a commitment of that money being paid for Christmas. Clyde Weatherhead is saying that there's a lot of paperwork, all right? And he also saying that the money wasn't allocated in the budget. I want to feel that the government knows where they know how they pay the 10%. Otherwise, they would not have moved forward and instructed the CPO to offer 10%. So from the time that instruction was given, I have a mind that they already have the 10% allocation there already, right? Why the CPO would call them into a meeting after a week-long back and forth where Felicia Thomas was accusing the CPO of stalling, and then you call this meeting, and then the meeting is not to negotiate, but to give you a letter stating that the 10% offer would be made subject to negotiations. Why not just start the negotiations? So it gives me the impression that they're stalling. And that's the CPO, specifically. We go into 327-7400. I'll take a few calls on this because I have to believe that's what's happening now. You know, at first I was saying, okay, maybe Felicia Thomas has been a little impatient. The offer is there. We know the offer is there. The 10%, the CPO has been instructed. Maybe it's out of the country, whatever. But now I have to say that I am almost 100% sure that they're stalling. Morning.
Yes, Stefan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. They are stalling. Apparently, they don't want the PSA to get that money, because that will be a promise made, promise kept.
Okay.
So you are absolutely correct.
Okay.
Right, my brother?
All right, no problem.
Right.
Yeah. I had to feel so, because otherwise, you know, I can't think of any other reason why you would, in my opinion, waste the president of the PSA's time and the members of the PSA by not meeting with them to negotiate and say, okay, 10%, right, bam, let me start to move and put things in place. So obviously the intention is not there from where I'm sitting to get it done on the CPO's part. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
There are a couple of things going on. One, the CPO playing politics. I find they should get rid of the CPO because he played politics for the whole matter. The second thing is that with negotiations, they will make an offer for negotiation for the 10%. And then when they go to negotiate now, they will start at the 10% and negotiate. Because I was in the union and that is what happens. You make the offer, the CPO make the offer, you come now, you sit down and negotiate, they can go higher than the 10%, they can go lower than the 10%. But in this case, we hope they go higher than the 10%, right?
Yeah.
The second thing is that with regards to the payments and for Christmas, they will have a lot of work to do, as Mr. Vada had said, the paperwork and the financials and stuff like that, to put it in place for Christmas. So basically, in my opinion, the CPO is playing politics and is making efforts to stall the negotiation because he was appointed under the PNM. So I think the government should make some efforts based on this whole situation. If he doesn't have a valid explanation, they should make some efforts to put somebody else in that position who would do what they have to do based on what it is the negotiations and all these kind of things have to be done.
Okay. No problem. This is the reason why I said months ago, when a government changes, the boards have to change, certain personnel have to change. Now, there are some people holding positions that you just cannot move until their contract is up. And I think the CPO is one of them. But this is why you change the personnel, because you want people in certain positions that will not slow the progress of your plan or agenda for the country. You know, these are the people that, you know, they wouldn't be a stumbling block, not a stumbling block, an obstacle in your way when you're trying to get things done. Hello, good morning.
Yes, Stefan, morning. Yeah, boy, even my dog and all could see that the CPO is stolen, you know.
Yeah.
Because look at the time at the Monterey. We can say practically in December. So let me say he finally decides to get %. Then it will be before Christmas.
Right. Well, I mean...
all that stolen tactics is also to make Felicia Thomas look bad because she was trying to get the workers to get the money before Christmas, but by him stalling, and if there are some bright people in society will throw the blame on the government and Felicia Thomas if the people get the money before Christmas.
Yeah, but I mean, all right, no problem. Thanks a lot. Yeah. I still think that she's got the 10%. It's there. The proof is in the pudding. The 10% offer would be made subject to negotiations. So we know for a fact that the 10% that was promised is there. The problem now is not the PSA getting the 10%, you know. The issue now is the CPO starting the negotiations. Morning.
Stefan, good morning.
Morning, my dear.
You know, it might be better if they get it after Christmas because they will take the money and spend all the money on curtain and black cake and alcohol and all kind of thing.
Well, suppose people want to come my Christmas party, but I want them to get their money before Christmas. There was some ticket for the Christmas party.
No, $400. Them can more than buy that before they get that money. Oh Lord. Anyway, listen, that amount of weight you put it on, I don't want to see you after Christmas, no?
No.
Christmas.
By the
I don't
13th?
see you before.
By the 13th, I go be good.
By the 13th, what?
By the 13th, I go be good. You'll see.
You'll be good. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see.
Yeah, of course I will see. I will see for sure. Okay, bye-bye.
All right. I have to put some weight there for the ad now because unless you had only Santa Claus hat now. So Santa is not a slim fella. You know, so Chris tell me, he says, Stefan, if you're going to do an ad and you put on a Santa Claus hat, you have to have Santa belly. So I say, oh God, boy, Chris boy. Chris came in. When we went to Chris Barbados, he gave me all kind of things to eat. He said, now you have to eat this, you have to eat that. Oh gosh, boy. All that just to play a role in an ad, boy, a 40-second ad. I know how to lose it back, you understand? But I'm blaming Chris. Morning. That's the story that's sticking to it. Yeah, morning.
First thing there was doubt in terms of the ability to pay the 10%.
Yes.
Now there is another thing creeping up. If the money can be paid before Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why the PSA president wants the money for Christmas. Everybody understands that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the first thing was it couldn't be paid. Now all of a sudden they bring up a next criteria. Can it be paid before Christmas? So, you know, these things really, I don't understand why we
you can't win.
That, you know.
You can't win.
Yeah. And then, why? I mean, was it possible they credited them for the party? And your gate went back pick them later.
yeah, man. Yeah. We'll take this final one here before we go to the break and we get to set Viola aboard. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Morning, Steph.
Morning, my dear. Go ahead.
I feel Chris trying to set you up. Chris
Chris always trying to set me up.
Get weight.
Always.
Yes, that is not nice. Chris are going to beat you for that.
Pizza and all kind of thing. Yes. I say, Chris, I eat no pizza. Stefan, you need to put on the weight.
What, Stefan? Oh, Lord. We have to stop listening to him.
I'm telling you, ice cream and all kind of thing. I'm eating ice cream.
You don't... But let me tell you something. You have a choice to make, eh? If you know it's not good for you, why eat it? You yourself are all very greedy. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I hear you, darling.
And I don't find that you get so much weight, but you know you will lose it eventually.
No, by the 13th, that'll be good.
I wanted to call in to let you know. The morning the guy called and say that his wife left him.
Yes.
I didn't hear what the guy really said. I thought his wife left him. I didn't know his wife passed away.
Yeah, passed away. He lost his wife for 40 years.
That's why I called in and made that statement.
Yeah.
But I pray to God that everything is going good with him.
Okay.
I know you will check up. Okay?
No problem.
And Stefan, you're doing a good job. Felicia is fighting. I'm very proud of her. You know, woman is boss in this country. That is true, eh? Felicia stand up and she fight for PSA to get the 10%. Whereas you're not hearing one thing about NUGF. You're not hearing one thing about NUGF. The man always lagging in the back and late in everything. You understand? So I'm proud of Felicia that she did that job. I'm hoping that NUGF, Mr. Street will come forward and fight for the daily pay. Because without the daily pay, there will be no monthly pay.
I hear you.
I'm a retiree and I'm waiting on my back pay as well. So God bless you.
All right, darling.
Have a good day, and you look handsome as usual.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, man. All right. Well, the NUGF, they have been calling for, as soon as the PSA announced that the 10% was offered, in Felicia Thomas's video over the weekend, they came out and they said, what about our 10%? So they have begun to clamor for the 10%. But, as we go to the break, I have to say, there was one caller there that mentioned something that's very interesting. He says, so the first thing was that they can't pay the 10%, they will never get the 10%. Now that the 10% is on the table, and it is, no matter how you see, this is the thing where I was talking about narratives. So the media comes to tell you, well, the 10% offer wasn't official, but what they get is a letter stating that the 10% offer would be made. To me, that is an official offer of 10%. Right? So, and we were just talking about the mainstream media, and how they report things. So, the 10% offer was not official. Because they didn't sit down on a negotiation table and say, look, we offer you 10%. But what they did is they give them a letter stating that the 10% offer would be made subject to negotiations. To me, it's one and the same thing. The 10% offer is on the table. There is no, it's whether it's an official offer, it doesn't have to be official offer. The intention is there. The 10% is there. It's being offered once negotiations start. So if the CPO could stop playing the fool and stalling, which it appears that he is, and get to the negotiation table, 10% is on the table. And my thing is, and I was waiting for somebody to ask this, then what is this report about? It's one and the same. You understand? So, I don't see the confusion here. I could understand why Felicia Thomas would not have answered the phone to answer any question relating to this, because it's one and the same. To me, it's just a little bit, mischievous. But if you have a little common sense, it's one and the same. There is no story here. So the story now has moved from they would never get the 10%, they can't get 10%, the country can't afford 10%. And it moves from that to if the 10% will be paid before Christmas. That's what one of the callers mentioned. And they're correct. So the narrative keeps jumping from one thing to the other. But okay, they can't get 10%. Oh, they get them 10%? Oh, but they all get it before Christmas. You understand? So, you can't win. You can't win. I know that their tagline was, when UNC win, everybody win. But they can't win. You can't win. It's that simple. You know what I mean? Very interesting. But we'll see what happens with that negotiation and if they get to the table, because they got what? 25 and today's what? The 25th, 25 and 5, they got 30 days. They got exactly a month. So that would be if the negotiation started today and the 10% was offered and accepted today, they would have 30 days. A little less than 30 days, maybe about 26, 27 days to get the payment done, But in my experience dealing with government, anything could be fast-tracked. Anything. Once there is a will, there is always a way, But we'll see where that goes. So we're going to take a break. When we come back from the break, Seth Viola Board will be with us. And we're going to talk about autism. Stay tuned for that. That's coming up next.
I want a nanny. I want a nanny. For this Christmas, I must find a nanny. I want a
On Saturday, the 29th of November, come celebrate with Family Mart. It's their 30th anniversary and Customer Appreciation Day. And it's all happening at Family Mart, Colonial Road, Parapoor. Come be a part of all the festivities, exclusive in-store specials, hampers, and products giveaways, and plenty sampling. Join Stephen Reese and the Breaking Dawn family live on location as Family Mart celebrates with a full Customer Appreciation Day. A whole day of health fair with free eye testing, bouncy castles, and popcorn for the kids. Plus, lots of games and prizes to be won. All this and more at Family Mart Anniversary and Customer Appreciation Day. Saturday, the 29th of November at Family Mart, number 35 New Colonial Road, Parapoor.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycarettt@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
This season, Green Dot delivers lasting value to you. With our affordable TV and internet bundles, you can watch your favorite shows, plan this year's gathering with your work team, share season's greetings with family, and stay connected to what matters most. Plus, when you sign up or switch to Green Dot, you get a free upgrade to our Get Ahead internet and TV bundle for 3 months. That's an additional value of over $1,000. But that's not all. You also have the chance to win a month of free service. It's all in keeping with the season of giving. To find out more, call 224-GDOT or visit gd.tt today. Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Breaking Dawn Fancy Time is here. It is the Breaking Dawn Christmas Party, Saturday the 13th of December at the Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence. And I tell you what, entertainment will include Lil Bits, Brass to the World featuring Snakey and Sanel Dempster, Shobin Winchester, and Mr. Well, the boss, Iowa George. He will be there. So get your tickets at the advertised outlet, Sports and Games nationwide, Raj Bar in St. Augustine, and also online at trinbagoevents.com. You could also call 345-3380 for more information. This ad sponsored by Speyburn, Single Malt Scotch, Vanguard Vodka, and Hanky Bannister.
conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Tired of the daily school run? Say hello to Open Minds Education, your 100% online school built for life in the Caribbean. From preschool to secondary, they've got your child covered. Anytime, anywhere, no traffic, no textbooks, no hidden fees, just smart, flexible learning with real teachers who care. It takes a village to raise a child, and Open Minds, they are that village. Learn today, lead tomorrow. Call or WhatsApp 868-388-6635 or visit openminds.education to register.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsayn, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
This girl is trouble when she bubble, when she wind up on it. She's trouble when she bubble, when she bite on the lip. She's trouble when she bubble, when she wind up on it. She's trouble when she bubble, when she whiny.
All right, people, so we are 12 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock. For the next 10 minutes, you're going to be joined by Seth Wyola Board. We're talking autism. So for those of you who have anyone in your family that is autistic, this might be a good time to turn up the volume. Seth, good morning.
Good morning, Stefan. We Synergy TV and all of our viewers locally and internationally.
Nice one.
So, this morning, topic autism. Autism. A topic I haven't dived into before. Of course, if you go into the meaning of the word, the Greek meaning, it comes from autos, which means self. So back in the past, it was more associated with people that was more inward. All right, but it was also not something associated with kids, but with mental health issues like schizophrenia. But what autism is today, of course, as time passes, these things develop and evolve. So autism is a neurodevelopmental condition that affects communication, behavior, and sensory processes. It was first described in the early 1900s by 2 physicians, one named Leo Kanner in the United States and Hans Asperger in Europe. Back then it was extremely rare, and for decades autism was so uncommon that entire medical textbook barely even mentioned or referenced them, right? Because it was very, very uncommon. Now, if you fast forward to today, what you're going to see today is that autism is everywhere. So it basically exploded. And whenever a condition goes from a rare to common condition in a single century, the cause is never genetics. It is always environmental, because I'm pretty sure you hear a lot of people saying autism is a genetic condition. Humans have existed for a very, very long time, and for within the past 100 years for a condition to just become explosive, it cannot be genetics. Cannot be.
Okay.
So it's an environmental condition, all right? And for those that have my book, would get a better understanding of the environmental conditions that affect those things a little bit more detailed than what I would be going through this morning. But before we get into that, I want to address the vaccine issue directly, because I know a lot of people's mind is on that, right? Because people love to, I would say, hide behind that whole vaccine issue. First, I'm not here to tell people to vaccinate or not vaccinate their children. That's your personal choice. What I would tell you, though, is try to educate yourself first before you proceed to do such or make such decisions. The more information you have, the more knowledge you have, the better you are able to make informed decisions. I just find it interesting that, many people, believe in God and so forth, and then also at the same time hold on to a belief that my child needs an injection to live. Right after you're born, they're telling you that if the child don't get this injection. I just find that very interesting and strange. But think about it. Again, the decision is individually yours to make regarding your children. Anywho, moving on from that, we also have to address something that most people don't mention with regards to vaccinations and parents. You see, parents who refuse to vaccinate their children, they usually stay away from the healthcare system. And these children are not being routinely checked, screened, or assessed. So they are not receiving developmental evaluation. So naturally, autism in that group goes undetected or unreported. So when people say if vaccines don't cause autism, show the data on unvaccinated children, they're asking for a data set that actually cannot exist because of certain obstacles. All right? You cannot compare two groups when one group refuses to participate in the same system that actually generates the data. Right? So you would get skewed data. And then we have the next layer. And the next layer, what I'm talking about, has to do with social pressures, penalties, and schooling requirements. So many parents who don't vaccinate end up using fake vaccination cards or altered health documents. And that's because of these social or socio-political policies and stuff and penalties. So because of that, you have a lot of unvaccinated children that are being recorded as vaccinated in official systems. So that there is a statistical nightmare, right? Because you would not have good, proper data to see if unvaccinated are getting autism or if unvaccinated are getting autism. But what most people don't know is that all of that is a distraction. Why I say it's a distraction, it takes people away from looking at things that are the root cause behind autism. Because if people are caught up in the whole vaccine argument, they are not going to focus on what is actually causing autism. Because the vaccine debate, it pulls our attention away. And the real cause is something that has changed dramatically over the past 50 to 100 years. And that has to do with the collapse in human biology that started from our nutrition, from a nutritional standpoint. So the explosion of autism lines up almost perfectly with the explosion of sugar consumption, fructose intake, processed foods, seed oils, removal of animal-based nutrition, increased metabolic disease in adults, widespread nutritional deficiencies, and generational glycation stress, and especially that last one there, generational glycation stress, is something that I spoke about in my book, right? Now, these are not theories. They are biological shifts that have altered how the human body develops. For example, glycation damages cells, but it damages those cells on a fundamental level, on a molecular level. And then those same damaged cells are what the body has to use now to develop a child.
Okay.
Right? So we have damaged cells because people don't understand these environmental factors that affect their health. So when it comes to the development of the child's brain, it is affected. So autism risk actually starts not from the birth of the child, but from the parent's biology. So a mother's nutrient status, her blood sugar levels, her hormone balance, her metabolic condition, all of that shapes fetal brain development. The father's sperm quality, which is heavily damaged, because I believe I spoke about this some time ago, heavily damaged by sugar, by alcohol, by seed oils and processed foods, also influences the child's development. So, remember last week we mentioned and we spoke about how there is now fructose being found in breast milk when it's not supposed to have fructose in breast milk?
Yes.
Right? All of these things are affecting, and the science does show that they affect the development of the child. Glycation influences and interferes with neurological formation. Low cholesterol, that limits hormone production, which is needed for brain development. And then we have the environmental toxins that add stress that a developing fetus cannot handle, right? So all of these factors are taking place, and people are focused more on the needle, on the schedule, on the politics with regards to autism. And one of the reasons for that is blaming an injection or some other thing that is, that could be policied by government, is taking the responsibility away from the parent. And what we see very much trending in society today is a lack of accountability. Everybody wants to blame somebody else, and nobody wants to take responsibility for what is happening in their lives, right? We have been groomed to always blame outside and never inside. I am never responsible for my health. It's because the school in want to ban this or ban that, and that is how we have been groomed. And this is the mindset that a lot of people are pushing, right? So when you put things together, when you actually put things together, what actually causes the rise of autism? Autism rises with sugar. It rises with fructose. It rises with seed oils. It rises with nutritional deficiency. It rises with metabolic disease. It rises with hormonal disruption. It rises with generational glycation damage. And these are the environmental and nutritional changes that matches the rise in autism, not the changes in the vaccine system. So the world has been arguing on the wrong thing for decades. On the wrong thing for decades. If the vaccines and stuff was the problem, why it is there so much of unvaccinated children that are autistic? That cannot be the problem, right? That cannot be the problem. What I want to encourage people is, I want them to understand, this is the purpose that I wrote my book, Stefan. I wrote my book as a means to expand people knowledge, expand their knowledge, because what people have been exposed to knowledge-wise with regards to diseases and regards to the root causes of diseases and the direct connection to their nutrition and the root causes of diseases has been so limited that people take diseases for granted. Today, people eat more for entertainment and status than for nutrition. In fact, most people don't even have the slightest clue with regards to nutrition and their diet. People eat more for status and for entertainment, right? You go on social media, you see a lot of people posting up in restaurants and stuff, right? And a nice spread, because that is a status claim.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of things that people have on that spread that they're eating, and the combination of the things that they're eating is totally counterproductive to their biology.
Case in point, you look at social media now. I never know Trinidad had so much, oh God, where's call them, Chris? The food critics.
Critics?
Yeah, everybody's a food critic now, all over. Yeah,
And
well,
what
I
is
was
it
there and I
based on?
taste this and yeah.
Has it ever been based on the nutritional profile of the meal, or has it been solely based on taste?
Taste.
It has been solely based on taste.
And not only taste.
But taste have to do with nutritional profile.
Not only the taste of the food, but what you see them doing a lot, some of them, you know, some of these meals come with a dip. And dips are usually, a lot of dips are sugar-based, right? If we're being honest, right? And you see them, they're taking and and I like, all that really necessary, but, you know, and since when do we have, and the thing is, everybody food tasting good. I don't think I've heard actually that.
Exactly, right? But once you're using sugar, it's going and tastes good. That is the thing. Food today is designed to please your palate, not to please your nutritional requirement.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and that's the problem, and that's the issue with the world today.
Yeah.
So we have been grouped, and this is why it's going to continue to perpetuate. A guy came to me last week during a consultation, and he told me his grandmother, right, buried her, no, not his grandmother, his mother had to bury 3 of her children, but she also had to bury 5 of her grandchildren, right? He said the grandchildren are dying faster than the children, right? And this is what is happening. Every generation is getting sicker than the previous generation.
Yeah.
And we are going to reach a point where we are already in an aging society where we have more older folks than we have younger folks. And that is going to increase because a lot of the young people are not going to outlive their parents.
Wow.
Because of how we are eating. And we are seeing this. Many people have experienced this already. A lot of people watching the program, you have buried your children, right? Many people watching the program. And my question is, when are we going to get serious enough to start to make or take action, start to make changes in our life? We cannot be continuing to do the same thing over and over and
expect a different result.
Results. All right?
Totally agree.
And that's the purpose that I wrote the book that I wrote, because it is addressing the root causes of diseases. Many people are going to read that book and be shocked to their core, you know.
Yeah.
Right? As you can see, you have started reading it
Yeah,
yourself.
it's a very, very interesting read, I gotta say. It's an eye-opener. There are a lot of things inside of there that I was like, ooh, what? All right, that you're learning for the first time.
Exactly.
And it's very detailed. But it does come with of course, the proof to back it up, you know, scientific proof and things like that. So it's a very interesting read. I've told countless people, I've told a few people, well, I said, listen, you gotta get the book, read the book. It's like, okay, if you're ever thinking about having a consultation with Seth, read the book. Read the book and you understand. Yep. When Seth says that when you come to do a consultation, it is a re-education of healthcare or the health system. You'll get, when you read the book, you'll get an understanding of what what he's all about. But some really, really interesting information inside of there. You know?
Yeah, and that's what I told people.
Yeah.
And the reason I wrote that book is because of how shocked a lot of people are when they did consultations with me.
Right.
Right? They were shocked at the information because, remember, like I said, many people have preconceived views. They see holistic, so they assume that they know what I'm going to speak on. You know, much people call me and say, well, I was already eat healthy, and I told them, hold up, I am yet to encounter a single individual in Trinidad and Tobago that eat healthy, other than myself, right? Other than myself or my clients, right?
Yeah.
Other than myself or my clients, I have yet to encounter somebody in Trinidad that eats healthy. So a lot of things people think is healthy, it's far from it. Far from it. Right?
So,
and as we go into more segments, we're going to dive deeper into some of these things.
Okay.
Right? We're going to dive deeper into some of these things. And the fact that I have the book now where people could get a better idea of what I am about, I could now go deeper, right? I could now go deeper. So I could let loose a little bit more with regards to information. That I'm sharing here. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Seth, thanks a lot this week. And for those of you who, you know, were paying attention in terms of autism, you know, I hope the information was valuable for you. So do not forget that you can contact Seth, not just to book an appointment, but you could also contact him for his book. Like I said, it's a terrific, terrific read, very interesting read. You are going to open your eyes wide so when you realize, but wait, I always thought this was this way, and now it's that way, and it's just an eye-opener. But you could call him or WhatsApp him on 279-3935 or 761-1952. Seth, thanks a lot, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
See you next week.
Yeah, man. Always interesting to talk to Seth, you know. You learn a little, you learn something different, you know. We got to take our final break. When we return, we wrap things up with the birthday. Stay tuned.
I want a nanny. I want a nanny. For this Christmas, I must find a nanny.
The Christian Union Church San Juan Revival Ministries presents Melodies of Praise, Saturday, November 29th, corner Bagatelle Road in San Juan. Come join us for an unforgettable evening. Guest performances by Sean Daniel, Blessed Messenger,
When the pressure rise and don't worry, 'cause I know that God is fighting for me.
Jaron and more. Tickets are only $200, drinks inclusive, giveaways, and door prizes to be won. Proceeds for this event go to the CUC Children's Christmas Tree. Come, join us as we praise, worship, and celebrate our God. Saturday, November 29th.
Make me just tell somebody about Jesus.
Breaking Dawn Fancy Time is here. It is the Breaking Dawn Christmas Party, Saturday the 13th of December at the Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence. And I tell you what, entertainment will include Lil Bits, Brass to the World featuring Snakey and Sanel Dempster, Chauvin Winchester, and Mr. Well, the boss, Iowa George. He will be there. So get your tickets at the advertised outlets, Sports and Games nationwide, Raj Bar in St. Augustine, and also online at trinbagoevents.com. You could also call 345-3380 for more information. This ad sponsored by Speyburn, Single Malt Scotch, Vanguard Vodka, and Hanky Bannister.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Attention builders, farmers, and homeowners. Murphy's Hardware, Agro and Pet Supplies, located at Racecourse Road, Arima, O'Mara Road South, has everything you're looking for at the most competitive prices. The hardware division has everything by way of construction, from foundation to roofing supplies, plumbing, and electrical. A wide selection of hand and power tools, and so much more. The Agro and Pet Supplies division carries from feed to fertilizers, agro tools, pet foods, and supplies, along with a range of gadgets for the home and garden. They are authorized dealers for STIHL and are open every day. Murphy's Hardware, Agro, and Pet Supplies has got what you need to get the job done without breaking your budget. Give them a call at 793-2497, 471-0249, or 743-5572, or visit them at Racecourse Road, Arima, O'Mara Road South. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet Rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
This girl is trouble when she bubble, when she wind up on it. She's trouble when she bubble, when she bite on the lip. She's trouble when she bubble, when she wind up on it. She's trouble when she bubble, when she whiny.
All right, people, so we're back, and we got the birthdays, and we're out of here tomorrow. We got Behind the Badge with Acting Sergeant Greenwich, and we also have Pastor John on tomorrow as well. So all in all, tomorrow will be fast-paced. All right, so here we go. Birthdays. Happy birthday to my godmother, Lisa Ramke. Happy birthday, coming on from your children, your grandchildren, your husband, your sons-in-laws, and the rest of the crew. Also, today is 5 years since Auntie Susie, since my aunt, this is not the picture. Yeah, no, it's not a picture on this. It's from my cousin Lana. She don't ever send a picture. Right. Today is 5 years since my aunt Suzanne passed away. You know what I mean? May she continue to sleep in eternal peace, and she will always be missed and loved. All right, by all of us. Okay? So, one aunt passed away today, one aunt's birthday is today. So she died on her sister's birthday. Yeah. So Auntie Lisa, happy birthday to you. That's my godmother. What's that? Or refresh it. That's not. Refreshed. Oh, that one came in. All right, cool. All right, put back up the picture now. We're ready to go with this one. And then I'll get to the third one. Wishing Donald and Pamela a very happy 24-year anniversary. And of course, your family prays that God continues to bless and guide you all on your journey together, coming from their daughters, Darian and Azaria. All right? So, happy anniversary to you guys. And yeah, get your tickets to the Breaking On Christmas party. You're going to enjoy yourself. All right, anniversary gift, you know. Also, birthday greetings to Orlando on his 15th birthday, and this is coming from all of his cousins. So Orlando, happy birthday to you, man. Happy birthday to Wendy Natu. Health and strength, long life and happiness from your husband, Roger. And yeah, she's going to celebrate it. Oh, she celebrates it on the 28th of November. Roger, I know I'm a brother, Roger Natu. Roger, you sent it real early, eh? 28th of November. All right, cool, man. So a happy birthday in advance going out to Wendy. Roger, I'll see if we could pull that back on the 28th. Today's what, 25th, 26th? That's Friday. Also, we'd like to wish Mikhail a happy birthday from his cousins, wishing him long life and wisdom. Mikhail, happy birthday to you, man. Also, yeah, that's Mikhail. And this is, we would like to send out belated birthday greetings to Taramati Nanan, wishing her a happy birthday on 24th of November. Today's 25th, but belatedly. And many more years to come. This is from her husband, children, and grandchildren. So, Taramati, happy belated birthday to you. Also, I'm going to get down to the bottom here. Happy birthday, shout out to Mr. Luke Hicks, who is celebrating his 65th birthday. Greetings are coming from his loving wife and son, Anne and Jason, who wish him long life, good health, and strength. And they hope that he sees many more birthdays to come. So happy birthday, my brother. Do enjoy yourself. Man, I've on, what's that, boy? Gold shoes there, right? Yeah. Or bronze looking shoes, yeah. Who else you got here? Birthday greetings to Catherine Surratt, who celebrates her birthday today. All right, and birthday greetings are coming down from all of her children and grandchildren. So Catherine Surratt, happy birthday to you today. Hope you enjoy it. And finally, sending happy belated birthday wishes to Shafiat Rick Ali. Shafiat Rick Ali, from his wife Cheryl, praying for long life, love, good health, and happiness. All right, so happy birthday going out to you, man, and do enjoy your day today. All of you celebrating your birthday today. We got to wrap things up for today. Like I said, tomorrow we have Behind the Badge and Pastor John. All right, they're going to join us tomorrow via Zoom. But we're going to tackle whatever topic comes our way before we get to them and in between. See how many calls we can take. So do enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Remember, go out and get your tickets to the Breaking Dawn Christmas party before they are all gone. It is just $400, and that's a steal of a deal. Sports and games nationwide, Raj Bar in St. Augustine, and of course, online at trinbagoevents.com. Do not stick. Go out and get your tickets to the couple celebrating the anniversary and everybody celebrating their birthday today. This is the ideal gift because this is where the fans of Breaking Dawn will come together at the end of the year, December the 13th, not necessarily the end of the year, but you know what I mean, and enjoy ourselves, all right, in a safe environment with great music, great vibes, great people. I will see you tomorrow. Until then, adios.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.